Habibi, welcome to Dubai, the city of big lights and big dreams. I am here for who knows what. We're going to figure that out together because there's so much going on, including me not having eaten for the last over 24 hours. I'm doing something weird, a time eating window from 6 or 12 noon to 6 p.m. So let's see how long I can keep that up. But the last meal I had was at my parents' place in the village side of Bangladesh. And the meal before that was in the airport in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And the third meal in that series is going to be here at this table in Dubai International Airport. So with that, not only are we going to dive into some delicious, much needed food, but also some of the reasons why I'm here and some of the topics that's on my mind as we're entering a new year of possibilities, as we're entering a new era of business growth, of doing business online as solo entrepreneurs, especially in our space, especially in my evolution of what I'm seeing, how we can play in a much bigger ocean than the pond that I myself at least have been playing in, and open up much bigger possibilities and a future that feels very easy to actually build, not like a uphill battle of building a business and having a personal life and enjoying life in the mix of all of that, but how to combine all of those things to get paid to live a cool life. Wouldn't that be all of our dreams, jobs, and careers, is to live your life in a beautiful, creative, adventurous way and simply document it and earn. So that's the topic of today as we wait for our food to be brought here. And we're going to dive into also kind of what I'm doing right now in terms of my business and life balancing and what I'm working on, as well as some of the reasons that I'm here in Dubai for 3 days to have these meetings with these companies and meet management and check up on things, see where new opportunities may take me and hopefully our portfolio of projects onto a long and prosperous year ahead. Just getting some things done as I wait for this food, which is taking longer than my belly wants to wait. So I'm distracting myself with work, a little bit of workaholism to keep the body distracted and the mind focused. Okay, I just did a $300 transaction. All right. From the money to the meal, let me give my body some fuel. So I ordered two things. One is chicken shawarma. When you're in Dubai, have yourself some authentic shawarmas, because in Bangladesh they make chicken shawarmas and it is such a inauthentic thing that it feels so shameful to call it shawarma there. Oh my. You know, we eat so mindlessly throughout the day whenever we have access to food that we don't sit with the food to give appreciation, to wonder where it's been, the life that the chicken has led, or the bread maker, or all the pieces in the food chain that has gone into making this happen, which took all of existence. Oh my God. Let me send a picture of this to my wife so that in a way I can share a meal with her. She wants me to eat. She knows that when I travel, I tend to do some weird stuff like fasting, which she is not a fan of me fasting, but she also fasts herself. Anyway, first bite. Maybe I'm just super hungry. I am, but the shawarma also crunchy crust on the outside, very soft, warm meat, as well as, is that French fries? Did they put French fries in there? Bro, and the pickles and the sauce is just all on point. Normally, I wouldn't have things like French fries or unhealthy foods, but I'm doing this experiment where I'm going to give myself just a 6-hour eating window. And in that window, I'm going to eat whatever I want. Mostly I eat healthy things, but I'm really enjoying this without any guilt. Let me finish this, then I'll talk about some of the topics of why I'm here in Dubai. Sounds good. I'll see you at 3:30. So I'm just confirmed for my first meeting here in Dubai in Business Bay. Less than 1 hour from right now, I'll be going directly from the airport to this meeting. Also, did I mention that I don't have a place confirmed of where I'm going to stay? Welcome to my life. That's become quite comfortable. Like, I can easily go to a new country or city, not have any plans of where I'm going to stay, and figure it out. It's kind of the life that I've become accustomed to in my world travels of unpredictability. Okay, half the burrito done. Looking forward to the other half. But before that, let me dive into some of the main reasons I'm here in Dubai for 70, 80 hours. First and foremost, the leading project in our portfolio, which is paying me even as I eat this in front of you, $5, $6, $7 deposit automatically. Lumex, their corporate team is having a get together here. So I want to be a part to get more information for you guys and see the latest and greatest as we lead up to their first event in February, first week of February in Bangkok, Thailand. So I'm going to get information, share that with you guys, maybe even do some interviews so you can have more in-depth understanding of where they are, where they're headed, and make your assessment of how big you want to grow this. Secondly, another project in our portfolio, X Fusion, has their headquarters of the broker that they're using, Tag Markets, here in Dubai. Looking forward to going checking that out. I believe that's in Marina. So I may go there tomorrow, meet up with some of the leadership there, do some tour of the office, do some interviews there as well, look at some back offices, look at how much some of the bigger players there are making. And then I have a meeting like in 45 minutes with a potential new project that has been kind of underground for about a year. So I'm going to meet up with the co-founder of that company, which I did get a chance to do a Zoom with a different co-founder, watched a full presentation, and now I want to see some of the other elements of making an informed decision. I'll share my findings with you guys. Also, one of my connections is putting together a meeting with some other company owner that is going to be launching something in the coming month. Already saw their website, pretty cool. Already saw their track record, pretty consistent. But these are some of the reasons that I am here. There's actually a fifth company. I forget which one. Oh, right, that one. Okay, that one actually launches, I believe, on the 10th of January. So I'm here to also meet up with potentially one of their management owners to see what they have established, where they're headed, what their kind of both passive side and compensation side could potentially mean for us. So gonna be doing all of that. Right now, just booking another meeting that could be this evening. I'm trying to stack as much meetings as possible so I don't wait until the last few days, because if a meeting goes well, then I want to have some follow-up meetings to create content and kind of do interviews and get that information in person to you guys. So let's see how this goes. But another big reason that I'm here in Dubai is to see where the future is headed in terms of fintech, in terms of content creation, in terms of the digital economy. What we're slowly starting to see all around us, what we're constantly consumed with on our phones, we will have to go from content consumers to content creators to adapt to the new era of work. After finding out that I'm in Dubai, someone just asked me, am I here for business? Habibi, all Dubai has ever been for me has been business, except the first time though. I did have a big vision of this being the city to live in. But after living here for quite a while, it is way too much in terms of not financially, but in terms of quality of feeling connected with people. Everything is so transactional, everything is so money oriented, which is great in terms of making money, but in terms of like, I also want to enjoy my life. And for that, I prefer places like Bali or even Bangladesh, where I have my own bubble of peace and everything isn't so fast paced. And it doesn't always have to be. Wow, I just combined these two in one bite. This is quite flavorful, and I got the spicy version of the shawarma. And then the eggs Benedict is kind of bread-like, mostly, because of this having higher flavor. So mixing it together works very nicely. On the flight, I was watching some videos about how to actually level up in this new year, from understanding that we get as far as we are capable of, meaning the more capable you are, the more skills you have, the more of the financial abundance you can reach. If you think about uh, money as an apple tree, and you are only able to access the apples that are closest to the ground because you can actually reach out and pick them. But after a while, you will have gathered all the apples, the low-hanging fruit. You need the skill or the ladder and higher ladders to be able to access higher and higher fruits. And so the more that we develop our skills, the more that we take time to sharpen the saw of how we market, how we approach people, how we brand ourselves, how we make decisions, how we lead, how we convey our message, will have a huge impact on the overall outcome. So instead of just running into every situation with the same set of tools, taking some time to look at those tools, say, hey, how can I increase or improve my messaging? How can I improve my delivery? How can I build an audience? How can I do things that I've never done before to achieve results that I've never achieved before? As I take my final few bites of my chicken shawarma, egg Benedict croissant combination, which is working out quite nicely, I want to emphasize how big of a year this can be for us if we continue to grow, learn, implement, and experiment. And that is one of the key reasons that I am here, is to continuously grow. I could have stayed in Bangladesh. I didn't want to travel after just having come back from Malaysia and going over to my parents' home and then flying to Dubai, all within 36 hours. But I did because I know that this is the path to growth. Finding opportunities and connections and skill sets and people at higher levels, learning from them and growing with them through partnerships. That is the name of our game. And all the value that I find, I will bring to you guys. So I'm deeply grateful for each and every one of you being a part of this tribe and this continuous mission that we have to serve the people that have a purpose to achieve the profits. I'll see you throughout Dubai, Habibi. Mm.